Hello, welcome back to channel Journey to Fire Malaysia. Well, in this episode, I like to recap on how I have achieved course fire. In 2020, my first move was really to get ready of my, in Malaysia we call it as dana kecemasan. In English we call it as emergency fund, right? So emergency fund was the first thing I did. Now, because I wasn't have much in my savings, only 25,000, so the thing that I did, number one, was I sold my first property in Shah Alam. So what I did, I sold that house, my first property, and I managed to get about 180,000. I will check it out and I will share. I'll post it in this video. So that's the first step. However, we need to realize that selling house is not an easy job to do. The second step, also in 2020, but late in 2020, in December 2020 specifically, was I used whatever cash that I had that time, I used it pay off debt for my car. So in December 2020, I was debt free for my car loan. And in 2021 is just about waiting for the process of the land approval, for the process of many procedures, and then the disbursement of the bank. And of course 2021 was the year in which I was vigorously saving and invest in ASB. I also forgot to mention that in 2020 I bought a house during the pandemic COVID-19. So a house I bought is a condominium unit. I bought it's located in Cheras. Moving on to 2022. So 2022 was the year which I decided to sell my second property, my second house, a bungalow unit in Terengganu. And the reason why I chose to sell it is because I felt that it was very difficult for me to manage it. And of course it's a house, it's a landed house, so by time, wear and tear, it's quite a hassle for me. And also the distance between Kuala Lumpur to Terengganu is quite far, which takes about 3 to 4 hours driving. So yeah, I decided to sell it, and 2022 I started the process of selling. I got a buyer, I think in March last year, and then the process, of course, again the process for the land approval and disbursement of bank and everything. So I received the payment of by selling that house in January this year. So I got about 230,000 if not mistaken. So again, I'll check that and I'll share in the post of this video. And then late of November 2022, me and my wife, we decided that we're going to pursue a business, joint venture with my wife's friend, university mate. So we decided that we want to go ahead with the clinic. So we forked out a total of 50,000 ringgit each of us. So that's about 100,000 ringgit. And at the same time, in November and December last year, I received sad news rather, about my father who was diagnosed with colon cancer. My father died on the very first January 2023. Early this year is the year I will be missing my father very much for the rest of my life. And also 2023 is the year which myself and my wife, we will be going to open our clinic. And now actually I'm inside this clinic. I'm in the staff restroom making this video and to share with you guys. For my wife, it's going to be her full-time job. As for me, I'll take that as a, you know, additional income. And what's next for me? Actually, I also have the plan to open a kind of license or franchise, if you may, a small restaurant that focus on providing good coffee and also good breakfast and lunch. This shop, this brand has already established. There are about 6 to 7 branches in Selangor and Kuala Lumpur, and I plan just to open one of the branches here in the place I stay in. The reason why, because I like coffee very much, and actually I started drink coffee recently during the PKP. So, and until now I'm still attached to coffee. And secondly, I like the brand's bread. I think it's one of the most delicious bread I ever eaten. So bread and coffee, I have passion for both. I like both, so I think why not? If I ever be the manager or the owner of this branch here, so that's my plan for this year: a clinic and also a cafe shop. So I think that's was the journey that I'd like to share with you guys. Started from year 2020, which I had about 25,000 ringgit in my bank account in my ASB, and then 2021, I think at that time I have accumulated about 200 plus thousand ringgit, and also I invested in ASB, and then 2022 I have accumulated about 320,000 ringgit, about that amount. And then in 2023, once I received the disbursement, and right now I have, alhamdulillah, invested about 530,000 ringgit. So with that, thank you guys for listening. I appreciate if you can like, subscribe and share this video with your friends, so that we can have a better sharing and let more people know the importance of financial literacy and also the importance of financial awareness. So with that, thank you guys, take care, see you again, bye bye, and assalamualaikum.